And the players getting themselves into game mode with the tip-off just moments away. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. So a moment now to see the story for Duncan Robinson.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Big man on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Flagg is out there with Max Christie. And it's Marshall in at the small forward. And for the Pistons, Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Duncan Robinson out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Greg, I think now is when we really see the value of depth as teams prepare for the playoffs.
It always helps when you can spread out your minutes, prevent stars from being overworked, and diminish the risk of injury.
Here's Flagg. His 3-pointers off the mark. Christie against Robinson. Pass to Cunningham. Now Duren, 6 on the shot clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Harris's shot is off. Christie with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And stolen by Harris. Outside Robinson. Harris a screen on Christie. Pass to Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots. Cunningham's shot is off.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself. And that is the difference.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Not how they were looking to start the game. They've come up empty on their first 3 tries.
Now, here's Marshall. Not a lot of room. And again, Dallas turns it over. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, that's the big challenge. Teams tend to feel more comfortable at home for sure, so you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. That just didn't happen in this one.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Still nothing after 4 shot attempts. They're desperate to see something fall through the net.
Back to Christie. Pass to Washington. Now, here's Gafford. Defended by Duren. Christie with the bounce pass. Here's Flagg. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Thompson dishes to Cunningham. Fires from deep. Harris outside. Duren a screen. And Duren slams it in.
And this team really counts on Duren for exactly that. Securing, misses, and then immediately taking it back up.
Pass to Christie. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Flagg. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
Cunningham's shot is off.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And here's Washington outside. Kept alive. And Flagg throws it down.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Well, you see this all too often. The effort has to be there first.
Now here is Harris. This game they had 12. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duran. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. You take a look at the Pistons. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there.
And I think for the Pistons, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Stewart comes in for Thompson. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Duncan Robinson. Middleton against Stewart. Oh, that's blocked.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
The kick out to Cunningham. Harris outside. Back to Stewart. Pass to Cunningham. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert. Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Cunningham, and he finishes nicely on the way.
And that is why Cunningham is dangerous with the ball in his hands. He can beat you in a variety of ways.
Pass to Middleton. Gafford sets the pick for Middleton. From the arc. No good. That's miss #2. He's 1 for 3. Harris inside. Over Flagg. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Mavericks have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Stewart against Middleton. Sinks that one from the post. Middleton's got his second bucket tonight. Harris inside the line. No good from the wing. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, leading by 4. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Bagley is out there with Chris Middleton. And there's Klay Thompson. Then it's Williams. And it's Nembhard in at the point guard. Now here's LeVert. Marvin Bagley missing his last shot. Jenkins the pass to Stewart. And here's Huerter. Over Williams. Huerter, no good. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin, well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard. Well, he was cold in that first quarter. Now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Pistons, Thompson, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. Then for the Mavericks, P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Flagg comes in for Thompson. And it's Max Christie in for Williams. Here's Bagley. Hasn't made one yet. Dallas moving the ball around. Rebound by the Pistons. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Really tough to win in this league when your starters get into foul trouble like that. I thought it was the difference.
Here's Washington. Following the basket by Cade Cunningham. Bagley with a screen on Thompson. And that's a foul called on Ron Holland. That's his first foul. And with the trend, Greg, toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Washington, that's good.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the dunk by Stewart.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standard, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Nembhard sets the pick for Flagg. Here's Gafford. The shot's good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
On the wing, Harris. And a wide open look for Cunningham. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Cunningham's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Pass to Flagg. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ashar Johnson. That's his first foul. And the Pistons making a change here. Duran's checked in. And Dallas with a change here, too. Marshall's checked in. Here's Flagg. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And it wasn't just the scoring. His assist numbers tell an even bigger story.
Yeah, easy call.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Outside Robinson. Back to Cunningham. And the rejection by Gafford. Marshall with it, picked up by Harris. Here's Christie, and Thompson sends it back.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for your Pistons.
Take a break. Take a break.
2 shots. Cunningham. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
You know, when you watch Cunningham, he can take total control of a game. He's got that 6'6" length And then you combine it with his dribbling and passing ability. An impressive package.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. Mavericks trail by 6. Christie the pass to Gafford. Here's Flagg. Pass to Christie. Shot clock at 6. For 3. And it's Flagg missing. Pistons leading by 6. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Chris Middleton.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation. And he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
There's 1:17 left now here in the second. Christie finds Gafford. It's stolen by Cunningham. Pass to Duran. Stolen by Washington. Here's Christie. Dallas no good that time either. Cunningham with it. Now defended by Flagg. Cunningham passes to Thompson. Cunningham sets a screen for Thompson. To Cunningham. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's an 11-point Piston lead.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Here's Flagg. Covered by Cunningham. It's stolen by Harris. Thompson against Christie. And Duran slams it in.
Yeah, catch and flush in one motion. Duran presents a big target out there.
And here is Washington. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against New Orleans. Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
And so we wrap up the first half. Pistons lead by 11. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
15.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Detroit Pistons.
One thing that stands out is the care factor. They're protecting the ball like it's a newborn. I love you, little baby.
Ah, nicely put, big fella. Suddenly, I see you running a daddy daycare. And it's time now for the best part of the show. Let's see what the fans have to say. And we got a question here from Christo at Point. Between Kenny and Shaq, who's the best at playing 2K?
Oh, it's got to be me, Ernie. Come on. Shaq's hands are too big for the controller.
See, that's where you're mistaken, my guy. I don't even need a controller, Kenny. I'm in the game. I can program it from the inside.
So basically, you're saying you're going to cheat. Yeah, okay. That disqualifies you right there.
Well, Christo, I bet that's not the answer you were expecting. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kate Cunningham really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Duncan Robinson out there with Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now here is Harris. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, let me tell you something. Cade Cunningham has gone from a rising star in this league to a bona fide star and putting up big numbers tonight.
Here's Christie. He has yet to score. And Ben Washington with the dunk.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Now, here's Cunningham. 14 points for him. Pass to Duren. Thompson outside. 6 to shoot. Duren sets the screen for Thompson. And the rejection by Gafford. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Now, Flagg drains it from beyond the arc. Flagg's got his third basket of the night. Tim, when you think of the players, which players come to mind as setting the bar for a high basketball IQ?
LeBron James certainly at the top of the list. Nikola Jokic, I would put Luka Doncic in that category as well. IQ means you have the ability to understand defenses and where your four teammates are at all times.
And for some it's natural, and for some they probably got to work at it, correct?
You got to work on it, but I think it's critical if you really want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack.
And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, you just feel awful for him. Injuries are the very worst part of this game.
Jenkins, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And that is playing big down in the paint. Duren focused and flushing it home.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you, guys. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Back to you.
Yeah, gotta have it. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Robinson. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Flagg's got 4 rebounds in this game. Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
And stolen by Flagg. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jalen Duren. For Dallas, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. Mavericks making a change here. Nembhard's checked in. And a perfect time here to look at all the teams that score the most points off turnovers. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA.
Shooting 2.
The Pistons second.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
And he sinks the second. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Thompson outside. Pass to Harris. Robinson against Christie. Harris kicks to Jenkins. 6 on the shot clock. Duren with a screen on Nembhard. Here's Jenkins. The second effort. And Duren lays it in. Duren's got 8 points.
And you can really feel it when Duren is near the hoop because that is a grown man at 6'10".
Washington against Harris. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Looking now at the numbers for Robinson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
Yeah, truthfully, I think his numbers are fine, but in talking to him, he thinks they should be even better.
Back to Christie, over Robinson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Robinson for 3. Mavericks trail by 9. Christie the pass to Washington. It's hauled in by Stewart.
And normally that's an easy 2 for him. I'm surprised he missed that one.
Inside, Duren from down in the low post. It goes. Duren's got 6 in the quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he can taste a win right now. He's just trying to close it out.
Here's Jenkins. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Christie the pass to Nembhard. Back to Christie. Pass to Washington. Now here's Bagley. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Count it. Nembhard's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Thompson kicks to Jenkins. Pass to Duren. Here's Robinson. Defended by Christie. Back to Duren. And here is Jenkins. And a miss there on the triple. And so is Detroit in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, the vision, the placement of the pass, and then the timing. You just can't do it any better.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, sliding in at the wing positions will be Thompson and Flagg. Chris Middleton is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Nembhard in at the point. Now here's Middleton. Pass to Nembhard. Here's Bagley. Here's Thompson. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Known as a shooter, Thompson's size allows him to score inside as well.
LeVert kicks to Stewart. Fires for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Right now, let's toss it over to the sideline for a report on Cade Cunningham. Hey, Allie, what are they telling you?
The head athletic trainer for the Pistons provided some information. Unfortunately, no weight can be placed on the ankle. There's a lot of bruising, and it's likely to be broken. And for a team with definite title hopes, it will now be a case of next man up until he can return.
Thank you, Allie. We appreciate the update.
Well, we certainly wish him the best during his recovery process. But right now, it's really next man up.
Nembhard with it. He's covered by Sasser. Thompson way outside. Holland with the rebound. Pistons leading by 7. Pass to Sasser. Now Stewart. Defended by Bagley. Stewart passes to Herter. And stolen by Flagg. To the inside. And finished off by Bagley.
And how about the leaping ability of Bagley? He gets off the ground with ease to throw that one down.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. Robinson is subbed in for Marcus Sasser. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And the rejection by Gafford. Marshall passes to Washington. Missed inside.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
Outside Robinson. Pass to Herter. To end the drought. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Pistons lead by 8.
not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Washington sets the pick for Christie. Oh, the slam dunk.
That is not possible. What we just... Is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Now, here is Robinson. Herter with a screen on Christie. Now Herter puts up the three. The three goes down.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Mavericks trail by 9. Now Christie. Flag with it. Now Gafford. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from 18. Duran pulls it down. Detroit leading by 9. Right side Robinson. Now Herter. Thompson looking for an opening. Duran sets the screen for Herter. Play inside.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
And he showed you great timing as well. Offensive rebounding, one of his specialties.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Thompson outside. Herter pulls the trigger. Gafford with the rebound. The Mavericks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9. Washington sets the pick for Flag. Into the lane. Crosses him up and no stopping him after that. Here's Robinson. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Knocks down the three.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
It's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.
out. Yeah, I did that.